I'm not here to numb your pain or make you feel good about what you may have done or make you feel bad about what you may not have done. My message is simple. For men, there are things that you will never be celebrated for. Understand that the moment you set out to sacrifice, the moment you set out to go do anything to make your life happy, to make the life of your children better, the moment you set yourself out to give your children a better future than the past you may have ever had, there are consequences. The moment you choose a specific path, you sacrifice the alternative. The moment you set out to go and spend most of your days, 20 hours a day, looking out to ensure that you get what is best for your family, best for your kids, then you sacrifice your presence with them. You sacrifice time that you could spend with them so that you can build a future, build a presence so that they can get to know you better. Understand that the moment you sacrifice time with your family, that is the moment you use that time to go build yourself so that you can give your children a better future. If you sacrifice your ability to build your skill and spend it with your family, they never get to see the better things in life, to experience a life other than the one that you've given them. There will never be a balance. That is the reality of life. There is just what life is. There's no balance between being good and being bad. There's no balance between being available and giving them the best life that they can have. There's no balance between being one and what the polar opposite of what is believed to be made a reality. As a man, you'll never be able to give your children what they need, what they want, and what they expect at the same time. You'll never be able to give your family what is expected of you and also be the best that you can be in an individual field or whatever skill it is you have and want to sharpen. That will never be a reality. Understand that you are who you are. Don't apologize for it. You are whatever you are, and for you to become the very best at that, there are so many sacrifices that you'll have to make, and there's a backlash that will always come with you being what it is you are. People are celebrated as being great leaders, but on the flip side, others will always throw the stones at them. Others will always vilify them. You are this leader, but what about your family? You are this so and so. How about your daughter? How about your son? You are one. How about the other? There are people who are very great parents, but then they are not as effective in a specific skill set. They are not as good in a specific area. So they're looked at, yes, you are an available father, but what is it that you've been able to offer your children other than being present? Can you offer them the best life in the best schools? Can you offer them the best holidays that they can? Can you offer them the best opportunities in life? No, you can't. For you to be able to offer them the best opportunities in life, you'll have to sacrifice time with them so that you can go build that skill set and be among people who can make decisions and influence policies that will make you offer those opportunities to them, that will make you an asset to them. The one thing that makes you an asset to your children automatically is the very same thing that will be vilified for the moment you've provided whatever it is you had set out to go and provide for them. Understand, the greatest men in the world are the greatest at what they do. The greatest people who have been brought down not because they were weak, not because they were incapable, but because we looked at the things that they had to sacrifice at them to be able to become the best, for us to be able to celebrate them as who they are. Don't look at somebody and look at the lenses with which you look at somebody determines whatever it is you see. It is not what you see that is there. It is what you look for that you get to see. So it's not the person that is the problem. It's the lenses with which you look at them that determines what you see. If you're a man set out to go and do whatever it is you need to do, become the very best. Whatever sacrifice you have to make, accept it and move on. Don't feel guilty about it. Eventually the finish line, we look at what we may have done different. But because we have this excellence here, we look at what we would have achieved if we had not. But the juxtaposition, the in-between, the understanding that this excellence, I got it because I sacrificed this. And others who, with the presence that we've given our children, we've not been able to give them the best opportunities in life. With us being always available, being there when we need it, there are things we can never be able to give our children, and we are vilified for the very same things. Our children look at us and say, where were you when the other fathers were doing this for their children? Where were you when other husbands were doing this for their wives? Where were you when other children are doing this for their parents? Understand this. Don't feel guilty about whatever it is you have to do to become the best. Don't feel guilty about whatever it is you have to do to give your children the best. Don't feel guilty about whatever it is you have to do to give your family the best. Whatever it is you are, be the very best at it, no matter what price you have to pay. Because on the alternative side, You'll be criticized either way. You'll be vilified either way. You'll be crucified either way. So it is those who, with their inadequacies, throw stones at what they feel that you're lacking, because they cannot attain that excellence. Then they look for whatever is lacking in you so that they can throw stones at, to get to look at it and understand how incapable you are. When somebody looks at their weaknesses and points that out in you, when somebody looks at their inadequacies and they point that out in you, it is not a problem with you, it's a problem with what they choose to look at and what they choose to see. So nothing is intrinsical or it is, nothing is just black and white. It is what we choose to see that we eventually see. Blessings.